For the construction of this guitar, acoustic guitar, we decided to use the pieces from an old acoustic guitar that we found, and to use them to build the sides of our acoustic guitar. And as we can see here, we're cutting the top and the bottom of our guitar, and as my friend Joe is showing to you, here we have some of our process of the elaboration of the top and the bottom. As we can see here, there's the final cuts of the top and the bottom of the guitar. As soon as we cut the shape that we wanted, the next thing that we do is to make the hole for the top. We decided to modify this by making a triangle instead of a circle. It's typical of an acoustic guitar. And as we can see here, we're initiate the process of making the hole for the top. As soon as we finish the cut of the top and the center of the hole, we're just making the details to see the results and to see if this figure works as we want it. With the guitar that we found, we also used the bridge in order to save us some money. And as we can see here, our friend is extracting the rest of the glue that it's on the bridge. And the next thing that we're going to do is to put the bridge on the top. As soon as was all finished, the next thing to do was to applicate the glue in order to make the body and the top and the bottom all together. And we used some glue. The next thing that we did is to assemble the bridge with the rest of the body of the guitar, and finally we just put the strings to see if this works. So here it is, our final product, the guitar with the body, the top, the bottom, the sides of the old guitar, the fingerboard. That we found this part was really difficult, and we need to find some help in order to maintain the shape of a classical acoustic guitar. So in conclusion, we found that the process of manufacturing an acoustic guitar is really complex, and also we found that it's really hard to make the correct measurement. And also I personally found that the process of making the shape of the guitar, it's complex and it's difficult. It was one of the most difficult parts of this process. Also, the fingerboard was really difficult Um, as we already said, we need to find some help. We found some help actually, and yeah, I really enjoyed the making of this guitar.
In this project, I realized that it's more difficult the process of making a guitar than I expect because it requires a lot of calculations that we don't think that will have, and that will affect the sound a lot in on your guitar. So we made a lot of things um, just by hand and not doing the calculations, and that will be not as good as we think because the sound will be not great in our guitar. So that will be a fact that we don't take. Um,
My conclusion for this project to be building a guitar, it was a very challenging experience for me since I had no idea how to build a guitar and especially the mechanism inside the guitar. And compared to the last project, the guitar it was so much easier than the gramophone. What I feel was complicated was to make the triangle instead of a typical circle, and I think the sound changed a little from a typical acoustic guitar. Thank you.
This project was really entertaining to build our own acoustic guitar. Also, it was stressful because of the little time we had to make it. It was really entertaining. I had a lot of fun and could learn a lot of things and put in practice a lot of things that we saw in the class, like how the length of the chords affects the frequency, also the density of the same chords. It was hard because of we had no idea of how to use some of the tools from the workshop, but we learned and we achieved it. We made our own acoustic guitar. If I had to change something, it would be to start earlier because we didn't have a lot of time to begin with, but and then we start later during the 3 weeks we had. So I would start earlier, this to make some tests before the presentation.